Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It's currently 5 o'clock. I'm exhausted because I stayed up late editing last night, but today is going to be so hectic. So I figured I would bring you all along with me and film one of the most requested videos on this channel, which is a day in my life. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I usually arrive at the barn around 5:30. It's literally like 15 steps away from my house, so not a far commute at all. But first things first, I say hi to all the ponies, and then I go ahead and give everyone a flake of hay. This is just so their stomachs have an inner sort of liner before they eat their grain, because it is pretty concentrated. And while they eat their hay, I prep their feed and feed all the horses. Most get a smaller portion of what they would get for dinner and without supplements. While they eat their grain, I fill all their water buckets and then begin turnout.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a song.
After turnouts was done, I went ahead and mucked stalls and swept the barn. I didn't record this because it's kind of boring, but usually Mia would be here to help me. However, she's away visiting family, so I had to do it all myself. It took me around an hour and a half. But I was able to start riding around 7:30, and I started off the day with dressage on Rowan.
I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. I got my head out the sunroof. You got me stuck on the thought of you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out.
Rowan, of course, was an absolute star, so after a short ride, I turned him back out, and I took Breezy into the grooming station. She was disgusting, so I groomed her, and I took out a saddle pad to see if she'd ever seen one before. Now, if you aren't familiar with this little Spitfire pony, I rescued her just a short while ago, and I was planning on keeping her as a pasture pony or a companion horse, but I've recently had the idea to try her under saddle, as I'm thinking about starting up a lesson program. Nothing's for certain, but if I do, I'm gonna need some lesson ponies. So I was thinking I could try Breezy out. She seemed totally fine with tack, so I tacked her up and ended up lunging her with the tack on. She was really chill about it, so I'm guessing she's been under saddle before, and hopefully it won't be as much of a project as I thought it would be. And overall, I was so happy with her today. After that, I hopped on George for a couple of minutes just so he could stretch his legs out. And he is just the most chill horse, and I cannot even say how grateful I am to be able to have him home with me, because I didn't even realize how much I missed him while he was with my dad, but I am so grateful to be able to have him back now. Then came the most annoying part of my day. Around 9:30, I had to run out for errands. I hopped in my truck and drove all the way down to Jarlaheim to pick up some more grain because we were running low. After that, I stopped at the vet's office 5 minutes down the road so I could pick up everyone's supplements and meds. And I didn't record this, but on the way back, I stopped in Silverglade so I could pick up hay as well, and it was definitely a full truck. Jarlaheim is really far away, so I got back pretty late. It was around 12 o'clock, and I ran in to grab Moose and Dexter's tack and then loaded them both onto my trailer, and we were off to my dad's ranch next. So around 12:30, we arrived at Starshine Ranch, my dad's ranch, for jump schooling. Before I say anything else, I know I didn't have a helmet on in the first few clips. I totally forgot, and I'm so lucky my horses are so good and don't usually spook. But no, I ended up putting one on as soon as I realized I didn't have it. So definitely always wear a helmet. But you may be wondering why I took an eventer and a jumper to a western ranch to jump school, and that's because I don't have the money to buy jumps at Redwood, and I made these a while ago here at Starshine so I could practice with George, and it's just easier to trailer here. It's the closest place that there is that I can jump, so I try to take 1 or 2 horses out once or twice a week so that they can get in some jumping practice, and this is just the easiest place to do it. Before we left Starshine, I had to stop and say hi to my childhood dog. This is Winston, the cutest in the entire world. And then we got home. I was so incredibly proud of Moose and Dexter. They both were on their game today. I brought them inside the barn because if I had turned them out, they would have only had a couple of minutes left anyways. And then I filled up the hay nets for the night so that everybody had fresh hay, and then I brought everyone inside so they could have their dinner. Around 4 o'clock, everyone was in. I gave them their dinner, their supplements, their medicines. After that, I filled up any buckets of water, but most of them were full because they'd been outside all day. And I didn't film that because I thought you guys might get bored. So around 4:30, all that was done, and I ended the day with a little hack with Ruby Tuesday. Around 5 o'clock, I got back because it was getting dark, and I pulled George out and just groomed him and spent some time with him and went inside to edit videos. Then around 8 o'clock, I came back outside, this time in a comfy sweatshirt, and just blanketed up the horses that were clipped because it was going to get a little bit chilly that night. Alright guys, so it's currently like 8:15. I started filming this video at like 5 a.m. and it has been quite the crazy day, but I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me, getting to see what I get up to in a day. Thank you, by the way, for 600 subscribers. That is insane. But I am gonna probably go watch Netflix and then go to bed soon. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!